Courtney, and I'm Megan's sister, but I call her Sissy. And first I want to say, Megan, you look stunning. And, yeah. And Ryan, you just look stunned. But I want to thank some people that made this wedding possible. I want to thank Megan's parents, who are also mine, Wayne and Suzanne. And I also want to give a shout out to my mother, Suzanne. She has picked up a second career as a wedding planner. Her new business card is on Pinterest / Suzanne Wilson. I don't know, just kidding. But I also want to thank Steve and Jackie Carnahan for having a great son to marry my sister. Ryan, we're so glad that you finally asked Megan to marry you, because we were going to ask you to marry her eventually. But so we're glad you decided to pull the trigger, and like my dad said, we welcome you into our family. I'm just going to share a couple of stories about growing up with Megan, the one, the only one. When we were really little, we used to play outside all the time, and our mom would come outside and call us to come in, and Megan would start crying. She was a very stubborn little kid, and she just didn't want to come inside. She was like, no, we'll play outside. You know, I'm not ready to come inside and take a bath and go to bed, whatever. So I always knew she would get married outside. And everyone that is friends with Brian and Megan knows how much they like to do things in the outdoors. So I'm glad you found someone that loves the great outdoors as much as you. The other thing I wanted to share is, when we were growing up and Megan was a freshman in high school and I was a senior, I had to take her to school. Our parents had already left for work, and I had to take her to school, and she had science class, first hour, and I had study hall. And I had senioritis really bad, and I just wanted to get to college, so we were always late to school. We were always late. And when my mom went to parent-teacher conferences, the science teacher, Mrs. Peters, would say, you know, your daughter is missing a lot of the material the first half of class because your older daughter is late bringing her to class. So I'm glad that you married a guy that has a bunch of advanced science degrees, because I feel like he can help you make up for lost time from 9th grade science class. So I've been trying to think of a way to honor my sister and all of our memories together, and I figured the best way is just to highlight some of them now. So we had a dad who coached all of our soccer teams, and a mom who practically turned our birthday parties into a national holiday. Playing there, feeding the ducks, watching the Hawkeyes with Dad are some of our favorite times. Mom shuttling us all over to every curricular activity, and every Foster Powell, and every Jaywalker performance. Christmas, all our theatrical performances with the Salmons and Stephanie and our pet rabbit, Thumper, going up to New Providence to visit Grandma and Grandpa Wilson, our summers at Lake Okoboji, and you visiting me in the Kappa house will stick with me forever. And, you know, all of this just makes me think how incredibly lucky we've been. Our parents taught us to have a good work ethic, have a sense of humor, and be respectful to other people. And I think if you can bring these things into your marriage, you'll be off to a really great start. So I just want to share my wedding present. Megan already opened it, but I got you and Ryan an apple tree, and just to show you how a tiny seed can be planted to grow and change and be something more beautiful. And I'm really proud of you, Megan. You're always my biggest supporter. And even though you're the younger one, you always support me more than anyone. And you've always just been there for me. So I'm really happy for you. Congratulations.
Inte ta den.